An update on a nasty crash that happened yesterday near Rankin. You'll remember it happened on FM 1555 and South Highway 349 just north of Rankin. At first it was estimated 30 cars were involved. Tonight we've learned it was actually 12 cars involved in 4 separate crashes on FM 1555, all in less than a mile stretch. DPS says high winds and dust led to low visibilities. We still don't know how many people were hurt, but thankfully we're told all of their injuries were either minor or non-life threatening. FM 1555 is now back open. Well, if you've lived in the basin for a while, you're really familiar with just how windy it can get here. Combine that with all the dust and dirt, and you've got a recipe for a dust storm. And driving through one of those can cause accidents just like the one we told you about. That's why Jason Freund spoke with local authorities for tips on how to deal with driving through them. Jason, what did they tell you?
Crystal, when those winds are blowing, it can cause all kinds of problems for drivers, which is why local authorities told me that the best way to get through them is to really not drive through them at all. But if you do have to drive through a dust storm, you may want to ease off the gas a little bit.
Whether it's a dust storm or rainstorm, the bottom line is just slow down, you know.
It's the main advice given by Steve LeSueur of the Odessa Police Department. The best way to deal with dust storms on the road, however, is to not deal with them at all.
Try to avoid traveling if you can, just because it's so, the more people are on the road, the more dangerous it is, and it's already congested here as it is. So the main thing is just allow plenty of time to and from your destination.
But if you are going to brave the elements, be careful, because it may not just be dust that is getting kicked up by the wind.
Be mindful of loose objects flying around, things being knocked down. Also, try to keep both hands on the steering wheel, especially if you're driving on those highways that are higher other than others, especially if you're going an overpass where it's more likely to be windy.
What if you are out on the road and get ambushed by a sudden dust storm, however? Well, it is certainly possible to just wait it out.
Just like when it's foggy, just pull off to the right and you slow down and pull off to the right, especially if you can't see in front of you. If it is, just pull off and hopefully it'll pass and it'll be clear soon.
Surprisingly, according to LeSueur, crashes don't happen as frequently because of the dust storms. But when they do happen, it can usually look a bit worse.
Kind of go in spurts, but as far as the seriousness, we seem to have more serious crashes, in these types of conditions.
LeSueur also recommended to keep your lights on when you are driving through a dust storm and to always just be a defensive driver.